Hello, everyone, and welcome to Snap Take. It's Glazer of Snap Judgments, the official podcast of Marvel Snap Zone. We've got a jam-packed episode for you here today. As always, on a Friday video. It is super late at night because we record the podcast right before this, but we've still got 4 full deck guides. We've got weekend mission decks, and we've got bundle reviews. We've got content galore for you, just like we always do. So if you want the most and best Marvel Snap content, keep it here. We're going to begin with a meta breaker. I'm playing with the colors of my light, sorry. We're going to begin with a meta breaker. It is a Buddy Tempo Swordmaster. Longtime viewers should know the name Buddy Lean. Buddy is a regular contributor to the channel. He posts his decks on Twitter, but doesn't stream or put them anywhere else, and his decks are stellar. This is a very cool and very original deck that is here for those of you who hate Hela. Leech, longtime villain of the meta, is now the hero we need. If you are interested, please check out Buddy on Twitter at twitter.com/BuddyLead, not twitch.tv, excuse me. This deck needs Blink. Everything else is totally replaceable. Hulkling and Red Hulk can be Magneto, Goliath, or Giganto. I'd rather have Red Hulk than anything else by a fair amount, but Hulkling is uber replaceable. Silver Sable is here just a good card, and I really like Iceman in the meta right now. People aren't talking about it, but Iceman and Spider-Ham are very good right now. White Widow is also not important, and Jeff and Baron Mordo can be very good. Again, I'm very curious about how Baron Mordo works. Against Hela, that might be like nothing, right? But if that hits their Hell Cow or their Sif or their Blade or whatever, that's backbreaking for a Hela matchup. So I think Baron Mordo might be coming into his own in the meta a little bit. All right, Hela and Move sort of just get rolled by this, and like the Move answer is Shadow King, in case that's not clear. But Hela does not like this list one bit. If they have Hela in hand, you are leeching it away. And yes, sometimes you're going to give them an Infinite that just works. Fine, that is 20 power versus like 40. You take it. So turn 1 is Blade if a 6, Sable if not. Turn 2 is Widow or a 1. Turn 3, you drop Swordmaster unless you have Blink in hand. If you do have Blink in hand, you'll play a 2/1. You'd really like to chuck Spider-Woman at this point. Turn 4, you are aiming for Leech, and if you discarded an important card, you can also just drop Ghost Rider. If you have Ghost Rider, you can Swordmaster and then Rider back that Blink just fine. Turn 5 is Blink over Spider-Woman, and then turn 6 is Red Hulk or Hulkling, or you can do Ghost Rider and Shadow King, and Ghost Rider and Shadow King is amazingly strong right now in order to win games. This list is awesome once you realize what they're playing. If they're playing a deck that really wants 6s and you have Leech, you can beat them. If they really want Heimdall or Goliath, you are turning that off. You are Shadow Kinging off a move player's power. There are a lot of snap conditions. Once you realize around turn 4 or 5 that you have the thing to stop them, either right before Leech if it's a Hela deck, or later on, you should be able to win with this. This deck is, again, really, really strong and really cool. Props to Buddy for this totally original. I've been dying for the right Swordmaster list, and this is the first one I think we've really seen, because, y'all, 3/7 is still a lot in the meta. We're going to take one last look at this and then chat for a moment, and then we've got a secret Safety Blade deck. You know why Safety Blade's decks are secret now? Because he Twitch streams for a few hundred people, and if you are one of those people, you've seen his decks. If you're on his Discord, you've seen his decks, but he's not writing for Snap Zone right now, and he's not on Twitter right now. So the great Safety Blades decks, if you want them, you got to come here. All right, also worth noting, later on, I'm putting this as the last deck in the video. I've been all week, if you haven't been checking, putting a really, really strong deck as the last deck of the video to try and encourage people to watch more of the video because, well, I just think it's better if you do for me. And like this way, I'm making sure that you're watching all the way through. We've got a move deck that is currently ranked 3 on the Infinite Leaderboard, and it is real good, and it's not what you think. So stay tuned for that toward the end of the video as well. One last look at this one. Again, like, you did not expect this. Tell me you didn't. You expected this. You can't. It'd be a lie, right? Like, this is a totally unique deck that takes really, really interesting and different ways to answering the meta. And Hela, while it doesn't have a huge win rate, is extremely hard to stay in for snaps against. It's extremely high cube rate, and being able to turn that on its head when they're like snapping on you because they think they've got the thing, and then you're just like, your Hela's off. Have fun. Is awesome. So I think this deck is great, and I urge you to give it a go. Again, you should really, really have Blink, but none of the other high series cards are in any real way needed. Also worth noting, if you get priority, a turn 6 Cosmo, if you have priority, and like they're you're pretty sure you know where they're going to hella is often game winning too. The beauty of this list, for those of you who are watching this video nice and early, is that no one will know what it is. So you should be able to steal cubes, as people will not know what the hell you're doing. Go get them cubes. Go hit that sub button too. Actually, don't go anywhere. It's literally right below me. It's a little red button. It says subscribe. If you're willing to, please hit that sub button. I'd really appreciate it. We're trying to hit 15,000 subs by the end of the year, and we need your support to do so. A like and a comment helps us fight that YouTube algorithm. Don't let Al Gore's rhythm get in our way. On the search for 15,000 subs, hit that like, hit that comment, hit that sub. Thank you so much. 7 days a week of videos, y'all, with a ton of decks every day. We also are giving away a season pass. I guess I should announce that on Sunday's video. We're going to announce our last Symbiote Spider-Man season pass on Sunday, because next week we're kicking off a 5 season pass giveaway for name of card for Agent Venom, who is the season pass card for October. So if you're looking for a free Agent Venom, you need to be subbed. How this works is for the 1 day a week ones, I will ask a question in this video. As long as you're subbed, you like, and you leave a comment, you are entered to win that season pass, and I will once more announce that on Sunday. So Sunday we're going to do that video, or well, Sunday we're doing the giveaway either way. Sunday's video might be either more decks, because I have a really cool deck I want to feature, or it might end up being our Scarlet Spider video. We'll see. It'll be one of the two though. All right, we're also starting a new channel. It's called we've got a new show called The Pocket Meta. If you either check the end screen for this, check the pinned comment for this video, check the description to this video, or just type in Pulse Glazer Pokemon, you will find our new Pocket Meta channel for the new Pokemon Pocket game. There are 3 videos up. We'll have another video going up at latest Monday. I'm pretty sure I'm releasing a video over the weekend, but at absolutely latest Monday. So if you're interested in that, please do check it out. We'd appreciate your support across all platforms, my friends. All right. Web of Safety, because I can't type. Web of Safety. This is an exclusive Safety Blade deck. I love this list. This list is exactly the type of list I like playing in Marvel Snap. It does a million cool small things. Can it die to hella? Sure. But it can also just go straight over the top. And it's got multiple play lines and patterns in order to beat like nearly anything. Its big problem in beating Hella, honest to God, is losing Prio. If you can lose Prio, Shang is amazing at beating Hella, because you can get one lane that you can win basically through just enough clog, and then getting just big enough with like a Thena or a Dagger or a Vulture, and then like a Shang will take care of another lane for you, and you can beat Hella. You can beat anything with this list straight up. It's not the best thing in the world into move, but again, the clog gives you some play there. Again, super strong deck. This is exactly the kind of thing I want to be playing. I really love it. All right, I don't know why this says G. You can find Safety at, oh, this is just the old one. Let's do this way then. You can find Safety Blade at twitch.tv/SafetyBlade. The replacement here, Arana is not a terribly important card. Her +2 is very good here, but Dagger with a +2 is whatever, Vulture with a +2 is whatever. You can use it to move things off Angela. Again, sort of whatever. If you don't have Arana, feel free to just run Iron Fist. You will not be that sad. There's also some argument for Nico. You do need Kitty Pryde, and if you don't have Arana, you do need Ghost Spider. If not, that can be Iron Fist. All good. Reminder that Ghost Spider is also in a shop in the for another like week. A shop for $20, and you can buy a Series 4 card for $20. Kitty, again, required. Thena, required. Madam Web, required. White Widow, you can try Kate Bishop. That's the only real replacement. You need a 2 that clogs for this list, and Kate isn't as good at that, but she also gives you an extra move option, so that's sort of semi-even. Sage is required as well. So if you don't have Arana, you can go get Arana and Sage and play this deck. Hopefully you got Madam Web too. But yeah, it's a relatively expensive deck. All right, so 60% win rate in the top 100, and great into Hella. Turn 1, you Kitty. Turn 2, you Thena or Angela, usually over Web. Turn 3, you want to Arana, Kitty, and a 2. White Widow if you can clog, Angela, Thena if you're scaling, and Madam Web is just overall great to get set up. Turn 4 is Goblin and a 1. Turn 5 is Vulture and a Dagger move. If you have Vulture and Dagger, get Web out first. If you only have one, getting Web out on turn 5 is just fine. Turn 6 is the second move, and either Shang or Sage. I wish you could Shang and Sage together. I wish this deck could fit Ravonna. Ravonna would be great, but it doesn't actually totally fit. My snap conditions for this list are fundamentally when I get a full clog going around turn 4, when it looks like I can just shut down a lane, more or less, I'm perfectly happy to clog. If I have Scalers and I realize that they're sort of giving up on the Scalers lane and I think I can get a Shang off, I will go. And if they're playing a lot of cards and I realize that dagger is going to be stupidly huge, I will snap. Those are generally my snap conditions. The way I'm thinking of this list is sort of the move package is replacing the bounce package as the best way to like get extra points right now. We're going to talk about that darkhawk list in a minute. But so you do a werewolf moves twice, becomes a 3/6, right? Or whatever it is. That's less than vulture, right? You move vulture twice, it's a 3/16. Vulture with one move is a 3/9. You have to do a lot of work to get werewolf to that number. Vulture is just sort of better than werewolf right now, is my basic theory of this deck. Dagger is just better than the thena Angela Scalers because one move and she's a 2/12, right? So as long as you can get one move on these cards at the right time of the game, you don't need to scale. They're sort of just getting, well, you don't need the early scale. You're just sort of late scaling to a point where these are untouchable cards. And then you just sort of add them to the early tempo of the powerful scalers and you have something special. This list is awesome. Please do check it out. One more, let's do some bundle reviews. I believe bundle reviews are next. Please let me know. We'll see if I'm wrong. We're going to do some quick bundle reviews. And then after bundle reviews, we will look at an awesome, it's a Gunny deck. Gunny is back with his own creation. It's a darkhawk list that rolls hella. Right now, like every second or third game is hella, so I do not want to be messing around. I want to beat hella. This is like the arishem meta, for me at least. I don't know what you're seeing. You could be seeing something different. I'm around the top 1,000. I'm like 1,200 right now. Every second or third game is hella. This feels like the arishem meta where like the deck has to be good into that thing, and then it just has to be like good enough into everything else. That's where I am right now. Although this deck I think is just great. I think like I'm not sharing bad decks today at all. These are exclusive and sick decks. All right, so the CU Space Pirate bundle is the Star-Lord bundle. It's $20, $19.99 American for 172.9% progress. You get Star-Lord, you get boosters and shit, and then you get 2,400 gold. And that 2,400 gold is pretty good. 172% is about the dead minimum of what I say is okay to buy for cash. If you need gold, go grab it. Again, generally speaking, we're looking at about 200% for being a strong recommendation, right? Not 172% progress. 200% is my strong recommendation number. 172.9% is significantly below that. It is the bottom of acceptable. But if you need gold, you need gold. There's no other gold bundle. Feel free. If you can hold out and you don't need gold immediately, please do so. Hold out. You will find a better gold bundle relatively soon. Next up, we have Sarah's Muse and Magic bundle. This is $25 for 184. Everything I said before stays true about the previous CU Space Pirate bundle. This is, once more, just a sort of okay bundle. This Sarah is gorgeous, though, as opposed to the Star-Lord. So I ended up sort of wailing out and getting both, even though I probably shouldn't have, just because I really, really thought the variants were awesome. I was like, I could use 4,000 credits, it's going to get me some cool splits, and I can use the gold. If you are being frugal with the game, please buy neither. Again, you will see significantly better bundles. That Ghost Spider bundle in the shop is way better value than either of these. And it gives you a Series 4 card, while these give you earlier Series cards. So do not rush to get these. These are perfectly fine buys if you are just a spender, but otherwise save your money for better options. Cool. I am Iron Groot. Please don't buy this. This is absolutely adorable and it's absolutely terrible. The 3,000 credits you get for 2,400 gold is the exact same thing as just turning your gold to credits in the shop, and all you get is a Series 1 card variant for it. This is so much worse than the Kitty Pride bundle that was just in the shop. Please do not buy this. This is an absolutely terrible deal. It is, again, the same thing as just buying credits and then you get a Groot variant. Like, whoop-dee-doo. Do not buy this bundle. It is atrocious. I am Iron Groot. I am sitting there in the shop unbought. All right, Gunny T's 99 Problems. And I said I'd tell you my favorite deck name. This is my favorite deck name. It's 99 Problems, but arishem ain't one. Because this Gunny hates losing to arishem, and this deck eats arishem. Turns out, you know what this deck also eats? Hella. Is it 100% against hella? Nah. But it's still really strong against hella, especially if you can manage to throw a priority, which is sometimes hard. If you can manage to get a Cosmo in here, you'd have a real good shot at hella, like being one of the best hella matchups in the game. But it'd be hard to play the card, so there's a little bit of A and B here. So you can only find Gunny in the Snap Judgments League Discord. He runs all of our tournaments. He's a friend. He will be doing a Pokemon video if you're interested in that channel soon, too. All right, so this needs Darkhawk, Madam Web, and Symbiote Spidey. They are irreplaceable. Grandmaster can be Absorbman. Ghost Spider can be Arana or Iron Fist. Cassandra Nova is important as heck, but Speed, Mystique can replace it, as can Speed and Mystique can replace it, as can Cosmo, which is what I was trying to say. So my question of the day is, how do you feel about looking at the meta this way? Are you seeing as much Hela as I am? Not how do you feel about it? Like, I'm not worried about that right now. Are you seeing as much of the Hela matchup as I am? Do you think making sure that we have that front and center is a good use of your time as a viewer? Do you wish I was showing more variety? I'm going to show all the variety in the world because weekend mission decks are coming too. But I'm curious how you feel about like this, like very focused on the meta style of deck that today is coming out to. Let me know in the comments for your chance to win Symbiote Spidey. Alright, so strong into Hela, but crushes arishem. Turn 1, you want to Korg mid, not to interfere with later Grandmaster. Turn 2, you'd like to Madam Web mid, or if there's a good lane that's obvious, play it there. Turn 3, Black Widow is better than Rockslide, better than Cassandra. Black Widow is great right now. There's a lot of decks that are really trying to draw up key pieces. There's a lot of combo. There's like Hela is a combo deck. There's a lot of move decks that really, really hate to have to play a Widow's Bite. All these things are extremely strong and make it better than Rockslide right now. Turn 4, you would very much like to play Symbiote Spider-Man. If you can't, you would very much like to Grandmaster. Grandmastering Black Widow is often a retreat from opponents. Like, it's just extremely, extremely strong. Absorbman is, again, really nice here because you can Absorbman Black Widow, Rockslide, or Cassandra just fine. Quick look. And there's not another 2 that you're super in love with playing at this point in the game. Cool. Turn 5 is Symbiote Spider-Man. Sorry, excuse me. Turn 5 is Spider-Man 2099. And Spider-Man 2099 is better than Darkhawk. And you can always you generally activate Superior Spider-Man here. You're activating it on either Rockslide, or you're activating it on Cassandra Nova, or you're activating it on Black Widow. Any of the above are fine. Ideally, you're hitting Black Widow. If you can go 3 turns in a row of Widow's Kiss, you probably should have snapped first because you won that game. All right, so turn 6 is move 2099 with either Madam Web or Ghost Spider, and then you play Darkhawk, and Darkhawk is stupidly big. So that should usually win you the game, right? Like, you've got a 2099, which is at least 9 power in a lane, right? Plus whatever else you had there. And remember, you can Symbiote Spider-Man for like a reasonably big lane. So that's like at least an 18 power lane that's killed a card, right? And then you've just got a Darkhawk that's huge because you played like 3 Widow's Kisses. You can also double Shadow King because you have like you can just play Shadow King, Grandmaster Shadow King, which is hilarious against any move deck that's not running Shang-Chi. Sorry, that's not running Cosmo. You can double Shang-Chi if you just go Shang-Chi Grandmaster. Again, really, really hilarious against Hela if you can throw Prio. You can go Shadow King and Shang. You can just sort of go nuts with moves and activates in order to confuse your opponent. And then you win because you have 8,000 things to do. Super cool list. Give it a try. You will not regret it. Props to Gunny for this genuinely fantastic, fantastic idea. We're going to do weekend mission decks, and then we're going to review we're going to do a expert card review for Arana, and then we're going to get to that top 3 deck. All right, so one last look at this list. Give it a try. It's fun. It's my favorite Spider-Man 2099 list ever. Play it. Love it. Let's go. All right, so we got 2 more Symbiote Spider-Man decks, and we just covered a Symbiote Spider-Man deck, so 2 more. We got 1 more Arana deck with the full guide on the one that we talked about as the second deck, the safety deck that we covered. And then 1 deck with both, and that's the rank 3 one. Can't wait to get to it. All right, Symbiote Spider-Man at the... we're coming up on the end of the month. We've only got 1 more week of this card before we start to get to Age of Venom. It's hard not to call Symbiote Spider-Man disappointment. It's been an okay card, but it's never been meta. It's sort of on the fringes of the meta. It's a good surprise card. But its presence and like a lot of other powerful things have made Cosmo very present. Magneto's been very present. Juggernaut's very present. All these things make Symbiote Spider-Man sort of a difficult card to play. He's good, but he's not a requirement. However, you should still buy him if you're not sure why. Fundamentally, Season Pass, with all the like gold and other stuff you get from it, ends up being over 100 times, not 100% more, 100 times value on anything else you can buy in the game, which is absurd. So you should get Symbiote Spider-Man. All right, so I've been waiting to feature this. I think this deck is great right now because no one's going to counter it, right? This deck can get as big as anything. And what's a Hela player going to do to stop you? If you go Symbiote Spider-Man, Black Panther, Zola, you've got 56 power in 2 lanes. They can't stop that. They can't get big enough to beat that. If you've got a million White Tigers, they can't stop that. If you've got a Wong, Namora, Odin, they can't stop you. Like, all of these things are just crazy, crazy powerful, right? And you don't even have to Wong Namora, Odin. You can Symbiote Spider-Man Namora. Just go to town. Like, if you're seeing a lot of junk, that's not going to work. But against Hela, this Amano Infinite deck is amazing. Amano, by the way, is a person who made the finals of a Conquerors event. He's a Japanese Marvel Snap content creator. This list is awesome, and I urge you to, if you're seeing all Hela, play it. If you're not seeing any junk, play it. This deck has to be disrupted, or it just sort of wins. So go to town. We also have the Thursday for darkhawk. I was going to feature this earlier in the week, and Hela kills this version. This version does not go all in enough on the disruption to really beat Hela. You could add Cosmo for Cassandra Nova or Armor in order to have some better play, but there's not a ton of early good plays here. That would give you some better play into Hela and make this a real contender. Thursday played this into the top 100. I believe he's around rank 69, playing a deck we featured earlier, not this one. But this list is still quite good, and I think Darkhawk is being slept on as just a disruptive card right now. All right, let's do some top player thoughts for Arana. So Sizer, who was #1 player in December and July, and was #2 2 seasons before the #1, and is sitting in the top 10 now, and is playing only moves. Says she's really going to move Phoenix and destroy, and she's a snap condition by turn 2 and move. That seems important. Barzy is going to be the only person who didn't like this. Barzy was #2 last season and is currently basically always in the top 10 since he started playing. Says Arana is only good to move, okay in general, not a must-have card. Derek says, so far very good, #1 player last season, current #1 player this season. Orsted, Phoenix Force player, doesn't like it in Phoenix Force, but Jeet, another Phoenix Force player, really does. What this means to me is that the Phoenix Force lists that run Nimrod do not want this card. The Phoenix Force lists that don't run Nimrod do want this card. Know what type of that list you prefer. Nithiel says this feels good. I can beat a lot of decks with move, and it has lots of flexibility. Nithiel is chilling around the top 30 with largely Arana list right now. Rutmus says it helps create enough numbers to beat anything and leaves room for tech. It can also be in a move package. And that's what we have to explore. That's what the weekend is going to tell us. If the move packages, like the safety deck in turn 2, make Arana a must-have card. Because it's possible that they do. Jimmy Dickens says this is versatile and great. Another top 10, 20 player Dickens. Ika, a phenomenal deck builder, says can be awkward, but a good addition to the game. Owie says it's nice in move package. Ava Zord, the always great Ava, says versatile in a lot of decks, best in move, and it's finally a move right card. And W says super solid, has some versatility, just a great one drop. I'm leaning on this being a hard recommend. I won't know until weekend missions give us way more data, but I'm leaning on Arana being a hard recommend because I just think that we're going to be seeing move packages in a ton of decks going forward. I think the idea that like Werewolf being getting Werewolf to like a 312 is a lot of work. Getting with cards like Arana, getting Vulture to a 311 is no work whatsoever. And so I think we're going to end up having to change things up for Arana to be a package card in Marvel Snap going forward. All right, Owl God. Apparently, Lil Robitussin convinced Owl God to make this. I have no idea what this list is, but the stats were good, so I'm just going to follow the stats and show it to you. It is a deck that sure exists. It's running Howard for sort of Iron Lad, so you can figure out your combos. War Machine has some synergy with Spectrum here, some synergy with Call Obsidian and Ebony Maw. And I don't know what this is. This is a very strange list that I did not have time to play because we had to record a podcast. But I'm very curious about it because, again, Algod had like a 60-something% win rate with it. And he's very good, but like this list seems wild. Arana is just extra stats. It's a way to get cards off Jean Grey, to play on Jean Grey and get off Jean Grey. And that's kind of it. Does she need to be here? Nah. She's all sorry. Does the same for Hope. Does she need to be here? No, but she is pretty good. And I'm curious about this list at the very least. It is wild looking. Finally, the number 3 deck of Marvel Snap right now is Big Baby's Men, because you're making a million multiple men's. This is a Phoenix Force list. Phoenix Force list, right? You're basically saying, I'm going to make a Hulkbuster. I'm going to, sorry, make a multiple man. I'm going to Arana and Hulkbuster and Symbiote Spider-Man. And then I'm going to move it a couple times. And one of those can be Arana, one of those can be Ghost Spider, one of those can be Iron Fist, and then I'm going to win. That's awesome. That's a great way to win a game, Marvel Snap, right? You can also make a stupidly big Human Torch, right? Arana already makes a pretty damn big Human Torch all by herself, but you add Hulkbuster to that and Symbiote Spider-Man to that, and you're going to town, right? Like, if you can Symbiote Spider-Man and get an 8-power Human Torch, one move is enough. You have a 16 power, and that's amazing. If you can do 2, you're 32, and you've won a lane. And then you have Dagger and Vulture and Multiple Man to try and win another. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but this one is sort of awesome, and I may be addicted to it. This list is awesome. Big Baby, currently rank 3, is also known as Dr. Stink Fartson. Yes, Dr. Stink Fartson, if you do check out the Infinite Leaderboard. Don't touch this list. It's beautiful. There's nothing you can do. We featured other move decks this week. We featured like 3 move decks this week that don't have Symbiote Spider-Man in them. If you're interested, please do check them out. You are stuck otherwise, though. Right? Like, you need to have Madam Web, you need to have Arana, you need to have Ghost Spider. Sorry. You just do. Alright. So, again, rank 3. Turn 1 is Arana or pass. Turn 2 is Madam Web or Multiple Man or Arana. Once in a while, you'll drop a Human Torch here, but you try and wait to do that as long as possible. Turn 3 is Hulkbuster or Multiple Man or Torch. Or you can drop Vulture. Turn 4, Symbiote if possible, or you can start getting your move on. Turn 5 is Doctor Strange and a last mover, i.e. if you've got one move that should be able to win a lane, you want to get a move on a second card if possible, and then turn 6 you play Heimdall. And if you don't have Heimdall, you're saving Doctor Strange for turn 6, because Strange with Multiple Man in particular is just like, all of a sudden, this lane has all the power, right? Let's say you just get a 6/9 Multiple Man, you get 3 Multiple Men, right, in 2 different lanes. You play that Doctor Strange, and now you have a 30 power lane when you had a 0 power lane prior. That's pretty good. That's why this is in the list and not Cloak, just for the record, for that last turn Multiple Man thing. Although it is also good, like, to just be like, and that Human Torch is over here, and now I'm going to play Heimdall and win that way. Yeah, there's a lot to like about this list. It's very good. Do play it. Do win with it. You should have very few problems beating almost everything in the meta with this list. It is, again, absolutely stellar. This is pure power. As long as you see your move cards. Once in a while, even though you have 4 move cards, you're going to see all the enablers and none of the move cards, or all the move cards and none of the enablers. Such is life in Marvel Snap. This does have the extra benefit, though, of if you have to play move cards early before enablers, you can use Symbiote Spider-Man and Hulkbuster, and when you re-trigger them with the move, that move will trigger the Symbiote Spider-Man and Hulkbuster card, which is a great way to get that extra effect on you. Stellar list. Play this list. Play this list. Play this list. It's so freaking good. All right, stream team, if you're interested in seeing these decks played, it's Friday. The Pirate King Tuccrr will be streaming these decks tonight. Make sure you don't miss out. Tuccrr is awesome. Tomorrow morning, FaThorNewman will be reviewing all the decks from the week, so check that out too. And then we have the one and only King of Canada on Sunday with the decks from Sunday's video. All good. Let's go to questions of the day. And we'll start with Mandatory Burnout, who's the main question because this is long. What do you want from the next series drop? So I want all series pass cards over 6 months. I hate that series pass cards stay in the same series forever. It is my single biggest pet peeve. It still feels like a betrayal of the consumer. So I think all series pass cards over 6 months, I'd settle for 8 months, should go down in series. Cards that are series 4 that I want to go down are Jean, because she's bad. Gladiator, because he's just a fairly versatile 3, and I think that Series 3 just needs one of him. Man-Thing, because I just think it's time. It's been about a year now, and it's Halloween, and I think that doing a Halloween series drop with Man-Thing would be fun. Mobius is a tech card, and I think all tech cards should be in Series 3. Spider-Ham is likewise a tech card, same concept. Silk is just not good right now, and doesn't have a home, really, outside of one deck, I guess. And so I would like to see Silk be a Series 3 card to see if there's anything new that we can come up with her, if more people had her. And Snowguard has no home since Loki, so Snowguard needs either a rework or to drop series. Then we have the Series 5 cards I want to go down, and there are more of them because there's 10 million Series 5 cards. And it's time for Nihilus to go down, and most decks of Nihilus is worse Cersei, and if you're just worse than another Series 5 card, then I feel like you should be Series 4. Beta Ray Bill, because that gives access for players to a cheaper deck, because Beta Ray Bill is often the only high series card in the Thor's decks he goes in. I'm ready for Black Knight to go down about a year after release. It seems time. Cannonball is a big swing. I don't think they're going to put Cannonball down. But again, Cannonball is fundamentally a tech card. I like when my tech cards are lower series. Corvus has no home. He's okay in your standard discard list, but Hellcow has taken his milk cookies and eaten them, so Corvus can just go down series. Grandmaster, again, lacks homes. Iron Lad, it's just been so long. Iron Lad and Jeff should have been Series 3 by now. It's completely stupid to me they're not. Makari is a very good card, but was released a Series too high, and people will play it if it's a Series lower. Fastos is terrible. Rework it or drop it series. Nocturne was nerfed almost out of existence. Bring it down to series so more people can have it. Red Guardian, tech card argument. X23, so old. Valentina, just not good enough to be Series 5. And then US Agent, because again, I like when the strength buff cards are going down a little bit. Cool. That's what I would like to see for my series drops. Greg is fun. Asks what kind of food challenge I'd excel at. So as a young person, I could do spice. I could do all sorts of spice. I used to eat the spiciest thing ever I got. I'd send my stuff back asking for spicy so much that chefs would often come out to meet me. Not often. A few times came out to meet me. I think it happened 3 or 4 times. To be like, who is that person that wants the really hot food? That was me. I'm old now, and if I eat anything like, if I eat a Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich, I will have a tummy ache. It sucks, but my stomach no longer deals with that, so I cannot do that. I don't have the volume in me anymore either. I do have speed, though. So when I was in high school, my high school best friend, the person who introduced me to my wife, we went out to Wendy's, McDonald's. I don't remember the first time. I think it was McDonald's the first time. And we pooled all our money. We didn't have a lot of money. We were teenagers. We pulled all our money and bought just a million, like, cheeseburgers and fries. And the rule was, I wasn't told this the first time because my friends are a-holes. But the rule was, you ate what you ate. The fries were in a pile. Whatever you got to eat, you got to eat. So I went to eat a cheeseburger, and when I looked up, the fries were gone. I was like, what the fuck? And like, that's the rule. And forever, we're 40 now. And when we go out, that's the rule. If there's fries, you get what you get. So I eat very fast. People that eat lunch with me are always like, wait, we just sat down. How'd you finish your food? I eat fast. I think I can, like, pound most foods. I'm particularly fast at food you eat with your hands. It's like, if I have to use a fork, it's not that it slows me down, but, like, it reminds me that I'm a human being and should chew. If I'm eating anything like a sandwich or a pizza or anything else, it's like, done, 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 done. So that's the thing about me that you now know. Certain tiers of support on our Patreon come with on-air thanks. Thank you so much to our Patrons, including Abigail Geeslin, Mandatory Burnout, Cables, Irregardless, David G. Wingfield, Direwolf, LAB, FaThorNewman, Good Dog Gamer Inc., I Am Frostman, Jane Everett, Corbin, Primed Ryan, Ryan Burke, Kirtixley, Ray, Black Dahlia, Pyrophoros, The Goat Seeker, Dan Man Falcon, Quid Pro Joe. I believe Archangel 3K belongs here and is just not on this particular slideshow for the past few days, and if so, I apologize. Doc D, the Game New Morals Now Card Content, Fat Dick, Mr. Fuffle, Ginger Prime, hey Ginge, Philip Brakovich, hey Racco, Haplo, Kenny Loggins of the Danger Zone, Rob Silverman, The Beza, notoriously here, X-Force V, NCAPG, Tommy Nyquist, who won Snap Judgment League Season 1, King of Bros, Brett, The Great Kazoo, Jessica Gamble, Ryan Wood, Woody, Kevsey Hoda, Lunacris, Quantum Quinn, John Q, and Jimmy McHugh, Q-Town, Clam, 8th Sage, Mott Supreme Models, Darth, Tator, Joe P, who's no Joe K, Brian Kaufman, Tristan H. Martin, Jason B, JT McDonaldinho, The Fuzzy Dunlop, Spectrumix, whoo, Matt H, DJ Mikey Hijinks, no frickin' flex, Ocularis, Craig Sterry, Seamus Jonesy, Two Ties, my friend Lauren Badebs, the Pirate King Tuccrr, who you should watch stream tonight, the Homie Man, and of course Gunny T. The T in Gunny T stands for I'm tired. Hey, there's a Pokemon video that goes over the differences between Pocket and TCG right next to you. I'm going to try my best to get another Pokemon video up on Saturday. If I can't get it up on Saturday, it'll be up at latest Monday. Get ready. Check out the other videos, y'all. Show some love.